Hey everyone, Jim Sheils here. I want to introduce you to a good friend and workmate of mine, Bill Mazer. Bill is our Vice President of Operations, and Bill has a great history that we're going to talk about today. Bill, thanks for joining me today.
Jim, I look forward to it.
Yeah,
Appreciate you having me.
this is going to be a good conversation. And Bill heads up a lot of important parts of our business. But one of the most important parts, which we're going to talk about today, is build on your own lot, or what's known as fee build. Now, fee build is kind of an industry term, and that's where someone who owns a piece of land or owns some subdevelopment or a lot comes to us and says, hey, could you build my home? Could you build my duplex? Could you build me a community of quads or anything in between? And we actually now do about 400 to 500 of those a year, and it's something we're starting to offer more to our client base, because some of you, although work through our BTR and our BTR program, you know how it works. We take care of everything. We've already found the land, we build the property, we get you in-house financing, you buy a finished product. But today we're going to talk about, again, build on your own lot, or fee build, which Bill, again, with 25 years experience, and so Bill actually started in Northeast Florida the Invitation Homes venture here. And Invitation Homes, in case you don't know, is the largest landlord today in the United States. So Bill, do you want to talk a little bit about that experience and how
Sure.
you got into this?
Yeah, Jim, I'd like to. I've been pretty blessed in the real estate industry. I started in '85, got into the construction, mainly new construction, building, went into sales, and had an opportunity in 2010 to join Invitation Homes. We went throughout Jacksonville, Florida, and throughout the United States. We placed about $12 billion with them of buying up foreclosed properties and making them rental homes. So it was a great learning experience, and I'm excited to be here at SI Homes.
Yeah, and you saw what could be done going from older homes, which we all worked in, to the new construction side. Because you had seen both the investor side and the new construction, so you've had experience on both. And going new construction, what are the advantages for someone who says, they own a development or they own their own individual lot? Well, why does it make sense to come to us? We have a few hundred a year we're doing, but it's not something we've talked about yet. But what are the advantages you're seeing why investors are working with us?
Sure. First of all, reputation, right? We have a great reputation, and like you said, we're doing about 200 to 400 of these homes a year for investors and individuals. So we're excited about continuing that process. It makes it easy for the buyer, right? He has the property, we come in, we build the product, and it's usually our product that we have that we're building for them. So we're able to control the cost a little bit better. We're able to go and pass on those savings, because if they went out and did it themselves, they have to go and start the whole infrastructure and get it up and running. But I think we have a pretty good infrastructure here.
Yeah, and not only, I know from conversations you and I have had in private, you get someone who's come in and they get excited. They got a good deal on a piece of land to do a whole development or on a couple of lots. But they've only had the experience in buying the land, not in actually going nuts and bolts, A to Z. And there's a lot of little things like we've talked about, impact fees and how do those work, and getting the right approvals and getting things approved the right way, and also not taking an exorbitant amount of time. Because the longer they're holding the land, if they don't know what they're doing, the higher their costs could be.
Absolutely. Not only just interest carry, but all the way through the process, right? If you're not experienced and you're not a continuous builder, sometimes you get costs with some higher costs, right? The plumber may charge you a little bit more because you're not doing 20, 30 houses with them a month. So there's a lot of things in this industry that, coming to us, we have a lot of great savings.
Yeah, and not only the savings on the experience side, the material side, the labor side, but also financing. Now, here in 2024, financing is a big part of the game. We've had discussions about other builders, they're solid builders. But unlike us, where we have a great situation with our parent company of full building rights and kind of the green light, a lot of other builders are being held back. So that's even with the big experienced builders. For small local builders or someone who's just starting out, it can be really hard getting financing. So we're doing something that a lot of other builders aren't, and we're actually offering to finance the build process itself, right? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that is a great process that we have. Most of the times individuals have to go out and find their own financing. And like you said, today's financing is very difficult, right? It's the requirements and your equity, how much you have in the bank, all those things. But we step in and we say, hey, look, we'll go ahead, build for you. We'll take our cost, our money, and go ahead and build the process.
Which is huge. And just getting that started, I don't think people understand the magnitude of that difficulty. You know, that's where you see a lot of people being able to get, you know, a loan on a finished house. But that building process, the banks look at it completely different as a risk. We will take that risk since we know if we're in the build from A to Z, we will take that risk for the people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good experience for them.
And I think that, you know, this is something I want to make clear. Again, Bill has worked on his own small projects all the way up to the largest landlord in the U.S. That's kind of how our business is running now. If you have one or two individual lots, we can build a single family home, a duplex, whatever you want. If you own a whole tract of land to do your own development, we're working from anyone from the individual investor right up to some of the largest hedge funds in the United States today. So if you're in Florida, in some of our major markets, we're in about a dozen markets right now, and we can help you with this. You know, Bill, again, is just one representation of the team that we've built and that we're working for. And again, we have hundreds of projects going on. This is not something we've talked about too much, but there's a growing need for this. So we want to make sure we got you this info. Bill, what would you say if someone's interested? They own a lot, they own a tract of land, they want to put a development on. What's the first step?
Yeah, give us a call. Let us know where the land is located, and let us start doing some analysis of it. We'll decide what the best product is to put on it, whether it be a single family, duplexes, quadruplexes, and townhouses, and then we'll come back and start really evaluating the property.
Yeah. And I can speak from experience, this is something I'm actually doing with my own son. I told him, if you're going to buy investment property, he's buying his first investment property now, I said, don't make the mistakes I did 20 years ago. Don't buy old fixer-uppers, go with new construction. So this is something we're actually working on a fun level with my own family.
Boy, that's great.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So anyway, please look into this. Again, Fee Build is just another way of saying, how do we help you build on your own land or your own lot that you own? It's an exciting program that we're really happy to share the savings with not only our subcontractors, our materials, our processes, and even in-house financing on the build itself. We'd love to work with you. Please reach out to Bill and the team. We'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, guys. Take care.